The Kwid struck a chord with the Indian consumer, standing out from the crowd by being different. Still, it didn't get complacent. It soon came with a 1-liter version, and now that 1 liter gets an AMT, the affordable auto gearbox. It's the same car on the outside with the exception of the EZR badge.
So what we really have to find out, and on the go and putting it to its paces in city traffic, which is where you would drive a small car with an AMT, is this easier to drive? Now the big difference is really this knob here, which is on the lower half of the dash, and sitting up there, it's opened up more room for storage. You have this cup holder here, which is actually good enough to even put your glasses or your phones in. You do have cup holders at the back as well. The knob itself has 3 simple modes: drive, neutral, and reverse.
And that's about it. There is no manual mode. So select the knob to D, and a gentle dab on the throttle gets you going.
Once you're on the go, you realize there is a bit of head nod as it goes up the gears from first, second to third. Once you get moving, the shifts are less and less perceptible.
It still is the smoothest AMT we've driven. Crawling around in traffic, it shifts up and down with ease and quick enough. It's only when you demand a lot and floor the throttle that it changes.
It's only when you want to get past traffic, you want that urgent move and you floor the throttle. It takes a little while, and that's the time you miss the manual. Every once in a while you will hear the sound of the gearbox shifting. There is nothing that tells you which gear you're in at any given point of time. There's just a little sign which lets you know whether you're in drive or neutral or reverse.
I would have liked a little indicator to let me know which gear I was in, just as a sense of reassurance.
Stop at a traffic light and you realize that there is no need to keep your foot on the brake because there is no creep mode, so it doesn't edge forward on its own.
Not the safest, because without your foot on the brake, should you get rear-ended, you're sure to hit the car in front. Even on an incline, people would expect that the car would creep forward to edge ahead when you lift off the brake. But honestly, I really didn't miss the function because the system works so well that you don't have to input too much onto the throttle to get going, even on an incline.
Now one would think the place you'd miss a manual the most would be when you go uphill and you have to stop and start. So that's exactly what I'm going to simulate now. I'm going to try going up a hill and stopping and starting to see, how this works. Okay, so I'm going to pull up at a point where it's really steep. Stop, come to a full halt, release the brake. Actually, it's quite impressive. I don't even need to floor the throttle. And, there's no sudden surges like I've seen in other AMT boxes. This releases like a normal clutch would, progressively, and you just climb up. Just a slight rollback. But I must say it's impressive.
Whilst the gearbox does have the idiosyncrasies of an AMT, like head nod and the sound of the gearbox shifting, on the whole, it impressed us, working better than most.
Now, why this AMT works so well is because there is a single ECU in the system, or the electronic brain, which controls both the engine and the gearbox, unlike other systems where there are two ECUs communicating with one another.
There are no changes to the car externally or internally, save the badge and the knob. But that's a good thing because looks and interior were always a plus. You still get ample room and usable storage spaces like the twin glove boxes and the large 300-liter boot. There is also the unique touchscreen and the digital speedometer unit.
Well, the Kwid AMT has done a good job of cutting through city traffic, or whether it's been stop-start on a hill. It's really been impressive. It's been one of the nicest AMT boxes that we've driven. Gets a big thumbs up from us. Is it easier to drive? Well, it is easier.